Hey fam, it's Raven your GS and welcome to the Rots How to Draw with Shapes. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and before we get started today, I wanna give a massive shout out to the fam who's, because of them, we're here today. Shout out to everybody that came through the live stream drawing sessions and you had you guys input and feedback, and I guess now we're here mashing things up, creating things as usual, as always. So you also draw, because there's no such thing as I can't draw. So in this series, what we're going to do is we're going to be mashing up characters that we love. Not just characters, but perhaps your favorite athlete or public figure. Who knows? We're here. We're going to make it happen. Today, we've got two iconic figures. One from Pixar's beloved movie, Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski. That's right, you got to say it right. And the other one could be none other than the Hulk. Now, while we're mashing these two up, it's pretty simple. Mike is forever that guy who gets picked on, always having a hard time, whether it's Boo, whether it's Sully, Roz, you name it. So you know what? I've had enough of Mike being in that situation, and being as a monster, you can't be moving like that, fam. So you know what? We're going to mash him up with Bruce Banner. That's right. He's going to come through smashing. And we all know what Hulk is about. Forever destroying things. And he was made by one of the most iconic people in the comic book world, Stan Lee. So what are you waiting for? Grab your pencil, grab your paper, grab your coloring set, and let's make this happen. So to start off, we're gonna start with a big circle, and this is not my best circle up to date. Usually I'm pretty decent at it, but you know, if you're not good at drawing circles, you know, you can always improve, just like, you know, I had time to improve. So yeah, so the first circle is gonna be Mike's head. Now, what we have here, we're going to split right down the middle, where this is going to define between Mike's eyes and mouth. So now we're going across as well. So one right in the middle and one across. So as you know, Mike is known for his round body and big eyes, like one eye, you know, mostly known as the, in the comics, Cyclops eyes, which kind of like ironic, because he's forever getting poked in the eye and he only has one eye. Like, that's just me. And this is the kind of stuff like I'm talking about, when Mike just gets it from everyone, you know what I mean? Not even his one eye he's saved from harm. So now we join up the mouth. But yeah, Mike is forever getting himself into trouble, and you know, it's kind of funny. So going into the arms now, so this is where, like, you know, the whole Hulk kind of comes in, right? So we're gonna make big long arms, so because, you know, these are gonna be like muscular bruiser arms, so gotta give enough space between the body and the arms. So we're starting with the most simple shape you can have, which is just like a straight line, you know. So now, looking back, alright, so what's next? What's next? We got the eyes, we got the mouth, we've pretty much set the arms. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be doing the legs by now. Something that's missing? I think it's the legs. I'm pretty sure it's the legs. So yeah. And look at that, pop, you can do it. All right, so if you find yourself struggling at any time, don't think of making it too perfect. I'm not perfect when it comes to drawing. It's been a while. I've just recently, probably like 2 months, I've gone back into drawing. So if you find yourself kind of stuck, just remember you can do it. Take your time, and you know, with time you get better at drawing. All right, so now 2 big circles, those are going to be Mike's hulkish hands. So okay, so now we've got the legs, and I kind of have to I want to space out. Usually Mike has like really skinny arms, skinny legs, but again, he's getting turned into Bruce Banner, meaning he's gonna have massive arms, massive legs. So now slightly going for the feet now. Now if you notice, everything I'm doing right now is light. Okay, so everything I'm doing with the pencil, I'm drawing nice and light, simply because later on we're going to rub all this stuff out. Okay, so we don't want to make harsh marks with the pencil. It's kind of just like to guide us, so when we use the marker we go with it. Now Mike is forever has, this is one of the things I kind of like struggled with, because Mike has like, you know, he's always happy, he's always smiling, but we need to turn that smile into a frown. Okay, so the eyes are going to help us with that. It's going to give us that mean look, that angry look, that Hulk look. Okay, besides the bruiser arms, the eyes also going to differentiate, you know, being a happy Mike and being a scary Mike, so no one messes up with it. So kind of got the mouth right now, we're going for it. Okay, a bit of shade on the bottom lip, and let's draw these massive teeth of Mike. Okay, Mike is known as well for, again, once he smiles you see those big bright teeth. Okay, and these today, they're not going to be so bright. Remember, this is a hulkish Mike. We kind of gotta give him scary, and it's Halloween, so feel free to, you know, give him a darker aspect to it. So let's go for the horns now. These are pretty cool. I like that. Remember, not too big, not too small. Just around here. Make it slightly curved as well. And don't worry if you get, you know, if you don't get the horns spaced out properly. Again, you know, take your time. Once you're taking your time drawing, you can pick up with your eyes, you know, like spacing in between two pretty much like same size that you're drawing. So in this example, we're doing the horns. And it's not really about being perfect, because nothing really is perfect. It's all about you giving your perspective of what you're drawing. So going for the shoulders right now, we've just drawn again 2 big circles. Everything we want to do from here is always circles. Okay, we're going circles, and from there you kind of like, you just fill it in with the body. So now we've got 2 big shoulders, right center of the eye. Okay, and then now we're going to go for the biceps and the triceps along with the forearms. So here we go. Again, 4 circles in between. And although it always looks silly whenever you're drawing shapes, but once you start filling them up, you'll see like everything will start coming together and making more sense. So don't worry, if you're doing this for the first time and it's kind of looking silly to you, don't worry, we'll fill it in a minute now. Monsters Inc. is like one of my favorite monster movies actually. Definitely in the top 3. I would probably have to add who would I add? Nightmare Before Christmas and Casper Your Friendly Ghost. And don't forget, if you're doing these, by all means drop them on my socials, where the rest of the fam will be doing the same. So now we're going for the hands. Now the hands is something that I used to be really good at doing hands. So when I was younger, I would do a lot of self-drawings, and I got to draw my hand quite a lot of times, and nowadays I find it so struggling trying to draw hands, but I managed to just get it on this one, so can't be too mad. Again, if you're using the pencil, go light, so if you make any mistakes, once you're going over with the pen, you can just override those and then rub out the pencil. So now we're kind of showing like a grip, you know, because Mike is ready to smash something. Again, we're going for the palm. It's kind of like struggling right now. This is so tough. So I'm just trying to figure this out now. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay at some point. Can always come back to it. Okay, so off to the other arm now. Again, it's pretty much the same process as we did on the other side. Kind of just linking up the arms. Here's the forearm. And now to the left hand. Again, it's a struggle. Oh my god. So let's go with the palm this time around instead of the fingers, shall we? There we go. Oh, not bad, huh? Okay, let's see. So first finger, here we go. Kind of like gotta remember, gotta space out between this one. Let's see how we go. So that's already 4 fingers. Alright, so let's go for another one. I'll come back to it again. If you find it like stuck, don't get frustrated, don't do anything, just you can always come back to it. Alright, so now we're gonna make pants. Now, funny thing about drawing this right now is that Mike doesn't wear pants, so giving Mike some pants is kind of like, you know, it's different. So let's see how we get on. Oh, not bad, not bad. So it's all about just trying things out and not being scared how they look, you know. The more we draw, the better we get at things, the more our eyes pick up on details and stuff like that. So again, you know, it's all about just being free with it. Okay, as you can see, I've got my reference for the feet, but you don't always have to follow suit. You know, it's just there for your reference, and then you kind of just, you know, go with what you see. So over here, let's make his left foot facing forward instead of sideways. I know when I did the stick, I put it sideways, but make something different sometimes kind of makes it look better. And I always kind of like drawing the feet as well. Forward, one of the feet facing forward. And funny enough, I picked this up during Dragon Ball when I was a kid, using a lot of references. I always used to draw my Dragon Ball Z characters with one feet forward and one facing sideways. Again, guys, you know, if it makes it easier for you once you do the shapes, go and grab yourself a reference, go and grab yourself a picture that you kind of like want to mimic the stance of how your character wants to be looking like, or the kind of pose you want to go for. That always helps. I always find that references help. So I start off with my shapes, and once I have my shapes, I can, you know, go into more detail. Oh, you are awesome. Yes, you are. Thank you for being here. And, you know, drop in the comment section below what you think so far drawing with shapes. How is this helping you right now? Okay, so now we're gonna go starting with so now we're gonna get the black marker, and pretty much we're just gonna go over this whole bit. Okay, here we go. So now that you've got your mic marked up with the pencil, you can go with the marker. Add a bit more detail around the eyes. Yeah, I was making his eyes a bit too happy. I forgot that I kind of gotta give him a frown instead of making him happy. So here we go. So again, you know, you can always come back and forth, and this is the beauty of just using pencil first, nice and light, just marking up how your character wants to look like. And once you're kind of done with that, you know, you can just go over it with the markers. I gotta give a shout out to Heather for giving me this set of show art blenders. I'll have these in the descriptions where you can get them from. There's 50 colors and one blender, which is pretty cool, and it's actually pretty cheap, and you can get them from Amazon. So if you want to get yourself one of these or give them out as a gift, you know, it's on the info below. So let's start with the mouth and kind of give him like a grim mouth, because he's angry. He's sick and tired of being picked on. So now he's transforming himself into the Hulk. Mike Smash. I always find it so interesting that we can always switch characters around. One of the things I always thought was funny is like switching up the Sesame Street characters. That would be really funny. Like, you know, like get the Sesame Street characters to be like superheroes and stuff, trying to save the world. Can you imagine the amount of banter you'd get out of that? So this is like just fits perfectly. Yeah, it makes total sense to just switch up your characters that you'd never think would do such things. And you know, look at Mike. Mike is like the most scared monster I've come across. Like, he's scared of a baby. Like, who gets scared of the baby? Only Mike Wazowski. And you can tell he's not about that life because the way his name gets called up. Mike Wazowski. I just love it. You gotta love Monsters Inc. By the way, drop in the comment section below your favorite monsters or monster movies as well. Gotta love Mike. So here we go. Now we're just linking the arms to the body. Who's your favorite Monsters Inc. character? I'm pretty sure Mike is my favorite one. Don't ask me why. Maybe because like I feel some sort of sympathy for Mike. I don't know. Or maybe I've always kind of like fantasized like Mike one day would just turn into the Hulk and just smash everything around the you know, his job, his workplace. There we go. Yeah, so this is the bit where I was struggling before. So give him some nails, some sharp nails. Oh, who should we draw next? Drop in the comment section below. Who should we draw next for next week? Who should we mash up next week? So many characters we can put together. Okay, so let me try this. Now, right now I'm freestyling because I clearly messed it up when I was doing with the pencil. So I gotta space out the fingers, because I ended up giving like 5 fingers and Mike only has 3. Here we go. Here we go. I got away with it. Kinda got away with it. That's the beauty of drawing. You don't really have to, at least in my eyes, you know, if you're drawing something for the fun of it, as a hobby, as something that, you know, you enjoy doing, there's no point trying to really be perfect, you know. Things like that will happen, so it's cool. I don't mind. There we go, got the leg. But all right, so look at that. Hey, Mike's starting to come together. As you can see, my leg was a bit in before, but I've noticed that. But with the marker, I just make his leg slightly wider. Okay, so now it's all done. Make sure all the marker ink is done so you can rub everything out. Now on to the painting. And we're kind of going to go through this pretty quick because, you know, painting takes quite a lot of time and there's a lot of area to cover. So pick your colors. Remember, you can mash these up whatever way you want. You can make a red Mike. You know, there's a red Hulk, so you can make a red Mike. You can, you know, give a different color pants to him. So kind of forgot the details for the mouth, so we're kind of gonna just go over it pretty quick. And look at that, Mike's starting to come around. Oh, love it. Can't forget the horns and his teeth as well. Yeah, blow. Gotta love it. Gotta love Mike Wazowski. Look at that. Mike Smash. So guys, that concludes our first ever how to draw with shapes. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode, by all means, subscribe, follow me on my socials. And if you did burn the pencil, guess what? Share it on my socials where the rest of the family are going to be doing the same thing and we can keep this conversation going. And last but not least, drop in the comment section below, who should we be mashing up next? Other than that, Revenue GS, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.